City. We thank you because at the end of everything, we have to focus to glorify you. We thank you because at the end of everything, for those that are traveling, they're going to go back home safe. We thank you because for those that are coming, we will not be listing their steps to this place. We thank you because at the end of everything, you will be glorified.
If your neighbor is telling you and is not smiling, is not doing anything, look at another person, say, my neighbor. Say, congratulations. Now you are going to talk like a billionaire that you are. Hello? Are you a billionaire? Yes. So you are going to use that accent that you will use when that $10 million contract hits your decks. Now you are going to look at him and say, my neighbor. Is that your billionaire voice? What do you say, sir? Oh, you. My chairman, the Lord will help you. The Lord will help you. Look at your neighbor, say, my neighbor. After this conference. Tell your neighbor, after this conference. Relax. I will buy you a car. Look at another person, say, relax. That passport that you have been looking for, I will pay for it. I said, just leave me for now. Let me concentrate. All right, ladies and gentlemen, right about now, before we proceed with the order of the event, please, we must give honor to whom honor is due. We're about to celebrate some people in our midst right now. And please, when I say celebrate, when we clap, let us make sure that the ovation is very loud. Are you with me? Are we going to cooperate? And take it or leave it, this is an international project, yes or no? So everything we are going to be doing in this event, we are going to make sure that it has international standards. So when you are clapping, when you are shouting, feel free to scream and do your, oh, are you with me? Are you with me? All right, let us do a quick rehearsal. If you know you are happy to be here this morning, come on, make some noise for yourselves. We are still coming up. You know you are happy to be here this beautiful morning. Come on, make some noise, celebrate yourself. Come on. All right, with a higher energy, we are going to celebrate a man that I love and respect so much. Ladies and gentlemen, we all know him as, those of us that have been in Ogumosho for a while and outside Ogumosho, how many of us are very familiar with Aston, Nigeria? How many of us are very familiar? Thank you. So let's start the ovation already. Ladies and gentlemen, in the house this beautiful morning, we are privileged to have Dr. Debo Thomas Olusola, the founder and the CEO of Valor City. Come on, make some noise. Yes, well done, sir. Thank you. I was looking at I'm with the flyer of the event, so I saw that there's no title. I was like, there are some people that if you put a Mr. is a disrespect. Yes or no? So I had to just think and put, thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, sitting close to him is a man that, look at the neighbor saying, Who is clapping already? Okay, what bank are you using, sir? Bank will sir. Yes, sir. Money Point. You know, you have to, some people that are using Money Point, there must be a point. Have you upgraded that Money Point account? To level 4. Wow. Why are you? The way he's responding is like those people that are unlocking MMM. Don't worry, I'm in level 6. All right, before we finish this program, I'm not saying, but please. And on behalf of the organizers of this event, those of us, please there's going to be a little giveaway at the end of this beautiful conference, and observation starts from now. We are going to be giving out. Once I start saying what we are going to be giving out, feel free to clap. It's not easy. We are going to be giving out iPhone 14 Pro Max. Yes, we are going to be giving out iPhone 14 Pro Max charger. The charger. So, is money. Mr. Drain, please help me. Please give me your account number. Yes. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this man that I'm about to introduce right now, I'm privileged to attend. Yes, I'm privileged to attend the same secondary school with this man. Then, not in Nigeria. Somebody say amen. Ladies and gentlemen, with a very loud ovation. If that ovation is not loud enough, I will not proceed. All the way from the city of Lagos, Nigeria. Some people here, your clap is still somehow. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for the CEO of Land Republic. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about no other person than Dr. Victor Adebile. Come on. A round of applause. You can do better. Thank you. Yes. Welcome officially, sir. So nice to see you again, sir. How was your flight? Myself and Dr. Victor, we fly a lot. So we have been to many countries. And please, not economy. It's the first class. What was the name of this drink that we took in the first class? Miss Kum. What do you say? Is it Miss Kum? Okay, Zoom. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Unlock Your Marketing and Sales Potential to earn up to 10 million naira monthly in real estate. I thought we were going to clap. To proceed this beautiful morning, we are going to start with the opening presentation about event sponsor, that is Valor City. Ladies and gentlemen, with a very loud ovation, welcome with me, Miss Adiola Aderomo.
My name is Adiola, like he has rightly said. So I'm sure a lot of us have been hearing about Valor City. We've seen posters, billboards about Valor City, but then we don't know what Valor City entails. So let me start by saying Valor City is a city inside city. So we know Ogbomoso is a city. Abi? Yes, Ogbomoso is a city. So Valor City is another city inside Ogbomoso as a city. So, and it is Africa's largest tourism city. Are we not clapping? It's Africa's largest tourism city, and it is located in Teure in Ogbomoso, Oyo State. So Valor City is 15 kilometers from Old Oyo National Park. It is 35 kilometers from Ilorin International Airport. It is located 20 kilometers from Ogbomoso town and 40 kilometers from Igbeti. We are not clapping. So I know we all know Qatar, we know Canada, we know Dubai, and we know that they are actually known for tourism. Most of us, we go there. I want to go to Dubai because I want to check this, I want to check that. So Valor City too is bringing something like that to Ogbomoso, to Nigeria. Some pillars that uphold the city. The city is not just there like that. We have pillars, and the pillars are reimagined education, tourism and entertainment, sports, healthcare, tech, and an eco-friendly living environment. So, reimagined education, we all know education is one thing that brings people from all over the world. We have people that are here that are not from Ogbomoso, and they are in Lautech. They are in Ogbomoso because of Lautech. So that will bring people. Tourism, like I said, Valor City is the largest Africa tourism city right now. And so we have all other facilities. We have golf course. We have a lot of districts. We have a lot of districts that upholds the city. We have a lot of districts that oppose the city. And also, currently, we have lands that we are selling. We have lands that we are selling that's residential. Like I said, there are a lot of districts, the healthcare, the tourism part, the education and all. But for now, we are currently selling the land for residential living. That's the eco-friendly environment. And we are currently selling per square meter. So we have 300 square meters, we have 450 square meters, and we have 600 square meters. So for 300 square meters, it is 8,500 naira per square meter. That is, if you are getting 300 square meter, it is 2,550,000. So for the 450 square meters, it is 8,000 naira per square meters. That is 3,600,000 for 450 square meters. And the 600 square meters goes for 7,500 naira per square meter, which means it is 4.5, that's 4,500,000 for 600 square meters. So as we proceed in the events, you will get to know more about Valor City.
If you are clapping, please, we can do better. Come on. All right. Are we good to go? Are we good to go? Yes, sir. All right. Ask your neighbor, are you set for the flight? What's the person's response? Okay, look at your neighbor and smile. Smile. Smile like a billionaire. Smile. Lord of Jesus. Over there, smile. That day I like your smile. I like the smile. Now, ladies and gentlemen, at the end of the profile, we are going to give him a very loud ovation. We are going to stand up, because it is not a small thing to want to see Ogbomoso City move forward. No, I want to read the profile. Do you want to? Okay, yes, you can see it. You can see it. It's not a law that when you want to read a profile Thank you. All right. Debo Thomas Olushola is a versatile entrepreneur and visionary leader with over 20 years of experience. As the founder and CEO of Aston, he has not only raised over $75 million in investment, but he has also transformed Ogbomoso, Oyo State, into Nigeria's biggest and fastest growing agricultural hub. His keen eye for unconventional opportunities bettered Valor City, poised to be Africa's largest tourist destination. This visionary project has established its company as a trailblazer in real estate, setting new industry standards, attracting both local and international investors. Throughout his remarkable journey, he has demonstrated an unwavering commitment to innovation, taking calculated risks and pushing the boundaries of what is possible. Ladies and gentlemen, as a true entrepreneurial icon, he continues to inspire generations, leaving an indelible mark on the business landscape and redefining the art of sales and entrepreneurship. Ladies and gentlemen, with a very loud ovation, please, let's be on our feet. Let's be on our feet. We must give honor to whom honor is due. Please receive with me, for the first section of this beautiful conference, Dr. Debo Thomas Olushola, the CEO of Valor City, Nigeria. Come on, you can do better.
Please, let's be seated. It's a wonderful day for me. But before I start, I need to put a disclaimer. I'm not a doctor. I don't have any degree. You understand? Not to even talk of masters. Before somebody sues me that he's claiming to be what he's not. I'm Mr. Debo Thomas. I'm very happy because when I woke up today, I had this feeling because there was a time I used to think that one day we're going to put up an event like this in Ogbomoso where we can try to, make people see that nothing is impossible and where people can be impacted with things that can actually change their life forever. So when I woke up and I'm like, today is the day of the event, I was so happy and grateful to God for how far God has helped me. And if there is one thing I know, the best way to really give back is to teach people what you know. Through your story, and make them see that everybody has potential for greatness. And that's why we're here today. But before I start, I want everybody to appreciate my brother in the house. Dr. Victor Adegile is one of the most humble human beings I've known. You see, humility is not by culture. When you are humble, we will know when you get to some certain stage. You understand? In Yoruba, they say, you understand? So money amplifies. It amplifies your character. It amplifies who you are. So for somebody to be this successful and still humble, calm, collected, I'm sorry, anybody that doesn't have money, you don't know that person's character. So if you know you don't have money, and everybody say, oh, he's a humble person, I'm sorry, I can't say that. I'll wait till you are tested with some stuff before I can say, this person is actually humble. So without wasting our time, because I know we've been here for a while, if you look at what I have to discuss today, the topic is thriving, not surviving in tough economic times. When you talk of tough, I can say a thing or two about toughness. I can say, let me not say I can say, I am qualified to talk about hardship. So I am qualified to talk about tough times. So whatever it is we are going through as a nation now is something that I've withered for the first maybe 2 decades of my life, were my formative period. But without tough things are really happening. People are making progress, tremendous progress. Progress that, when we see, we'll be like, it's not true. Incredible progress. How are they doing it? And the people doing it, my belief is they don't have 2 heads. They don't have 2 heads. Somebody sang, Dangote Olori Meji. Dr. Victor Adegile does not have 2 heads. Abi is carrying 2 heads. It's not about me now. So, we can all do it because we all have potential. We all have the seed in us. But how do we unlock it? That is why we are here today. I will make this first part of my talk brief because myself, I can't wait to hear Dr. Victor speak. While I went to greet him at his hotel, I was just troubling him, asking him things because, believe me, he's a man of outstanding results. And he's going to be telling us a lot of things today. So I'm trying to prepare your mind so that you know that this event is going to be one of the most important events or conferences you've ever attended in your life. Because everything here is practical. Practical, not theory. So, things things are really, really tough. Things are really, 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 really tough. But without tough things, there is a way out. There is a way out. And the way out starts with the way we think of the adversity, the tough environment, the way we process it, the way we interpret it. Then we can interpret it as, oh, it's a bad place. It's a bad country. Oh, I'm in Ogbomoso. I have nobody to help me. Oh, the government is bad. Our leaders are not doing this. They are not doing that. My parents, they didn't give me this opportunity. They didn't do that. That is one way of approaching it. But what I will tell you is, what I learned early is, it is not what has happened or what is happening that will determine the end result of our lives. But interpretation we give to those happenings, the way we interpret those things, is what will eventually shape our end, our outcome. Which means, no matter what it is we are going through, we can actually rewrite what will happen next to us. You don't have power over your past. The only power you have is the present time. And the power you have over the present time is how you use it. You use that present time to shape the future you want. But that is where the problem is. Majority of us believe that we don't have that capacity to shape the future. So we begin to give excuses of why things cannot be done. We begin to take offenses in people that are supposed to help us that are not helping us, forgetting that these people we are looking up to help us. The way this world is designed, of course, we all need some help at some point. But the biggest help you need will come from you yourself, not from anybody. I'm trying to lay this foundation to prepare our mind, because it's the foundation of everything. It is the foundation of everything. Am I communicating, please? It is the foundation of everything. The moment you begin to outsource the solution to your problem, how to advance your life to outside forces, you have lost that battle. You forget relevance. Relevant people, they don't blame anybody. They accept 100% responsibility and they take the future. Like they say, you take the bull by the horn and they face it. So that is the foundation, that is the first thing. So it is not what is happening to you that matters, but the way you interpret it and what you do about it. Because I'll be telling us some things that we might say, our motivational speaker is so no, if you're online, those are some of the slang they use. But before you say somebody is the motivational speaker, try to look at that person. Where did he come from? What has he done? What is he doing? What experience does he have? If somebody tells you any adversity can be overcome, just look at that person. What has he done? If he has done something remarkable, it's in your best interest to listen. And that's what I'm begging us to do today. So the economy is tough. This is not the toughest time Nigeria has seen. For those of us that are holders, my uncles, my baba in the house, we know that Nigeria has seen tougher days in the past. And believe me, tougher days will still come, regardless of who the president is, regardless of which party is in power. Tougher times will always come. The most important thing is, who are you? That's what I discovered early. And straight, I want to pair our mind for something. One solution I discovered to solve, one master key to solving economic challenges, financial crisis, one thing I discovered, and it's very simple. It's something we all do every day. It's something we all have potential to do. We've done it countless times without knowing it. And when you don't know it, you might not even know that there is value, there is power in monetizing that thing you have. And it's a skill that every leader in history that they have. When you talk of religious figure, it's a skill they all have. When you think of any religion you can think of now was at a time propagated by somebody sent by a supreme being. It doesn't matter whether you are a Muslim, you are a Christian, you are Hindu, you are whatever. The religion we practice was started by somebody. And that person had one skill. And that skill is common to every great leader in history. We all have it. It's in every one of us. We do it. But we just don't know the capacity of that gift. We don't know the potential of that gift, of that capacity. What is that thing? It is ability to sell. That is the master key. But when we hear of the word sell something, sales, we all don't like it. We feel selling is demeaning. How can I now be begging somebody to buy something? I'm too big now. I don't want, I beg me, fair with me. But I'll tell you, the people we look up to when we are down, maybe in society, kó kàn tiẹ̀ wá ṣe ọ̀nà lé wa yìí, kó kàn tiẹ̀ pín rice fún wa, kó kàn tiẹ̀ bá san school fees ọmọ mi. That person, the power he has over you is because he knows how to sell more than you. And the moment you begin to see that thing, you can as well start doing it. And that's why we're here today. I'll give you one or two instances of how sales have helped my life. I was born in this town. I'll be 44 in October. And I have the roughest background anyone can think of. My primary school was Emmanuel Primary School. I grew up at Isaliafon Jagbo. That's my axis. My secondary school, Ogumosho Grammar School and Ogumosho High School. And that is all till now. No university, no polytechnic, nothing. Is it that I didn't want to go to university? I wanted to go. My parents could not afford it. And I was finding my way in life. But luckily, I was fortunate to attend an event like this at Star Parade Hotel in 2002. And they were talking about sales. So at that time, I had 14,000 naira given to me because I was going to start diploma. My parents ran everywhere. They got that 14,000. School fees was 14,000. No money for accommodation. No money for clothes. No money for food. That is, when you know that this money, when you have to beg cooperative, before they gave them that money. So I looked at that 14,000. Something told me that 14,000 is your destiny. So if I put it on school, I would have been able to pay school fees. But I knew what I went through in secondary school. I was not a student that was always punctual in class. Because some teacher will beat you because everybody has locker. You don't have locker. You understand? So you don't want to beat it. You don't have notebook. When you don't have notebook, how will you write notes? So I was always, I've done all manners of things. At the end of the year, I sold meat there as a young child. I think I was 13, 12 when I started hawking meat in Ogumosho. So I've done all manners of stuff. And I know poverty. I know it very, very well. And I hated it. So when I had that money, I didn't want that thing to be like my experience in school, diploma in University of Ilorin, to be like I had in secondary school. Because I could not stay in class. What can I do? I was thinking. So they invited me for that event. It turned out to be a network marketing event. And I'm a fast decision maker. Sometimes it works fine, sometimes it doesn't work fine. But I was like, what have I got to lose? I just put the whole 14,000. I followed that guy to Lagos. I invested the whole money to start Forever Living products. People that know me like 20 years ago, they used to call me aloe vera in this city. That was what I was doing. You know what I learned from that experience? That business taught me how to sell. Because the product I had to sell then were extraordinarily expensive. They are products that most average people cannot afford. Imagine a toothpaste, as at that time, toothpaste for about $8. How much is $1 now? A toothpaste, aloe vera keg, 1 liter. Then it used to be about, I think $27. But you know, as at that time, I started, you have to organize, you have to have team members, you have to have other people register with you, you have to coordinate, do all those things. All those things, they taught me something. And I learned about sales. Sales taught me the importance of learning. Sales taught me importance of reading books. So, I started my business career as a salesperson. Before that time, I was a studio boy at Radio Lautech. They used to use SUB, Student Union Building, that time. And that 14,000, it wasn't long before I lost the money. In about 3 months of starting that business, I told you everything went off. But how was I able to? And since that moment, no mortal man can say, we have helped him. I gave him 1,000 naira. That 14,000 was the last investment a mortal human being put in my life till date. How did I do it? Sales. Learning how to sell. And that is why I'll be teaching us. For those of us that we are young here today, if you open your mind, believe me, and you only learn to sell, only God knows what you can do. Only God knows what you can do. Ability to sell is the master key. How do we sell? How do we learn to sell? How can we become a salesperson? How can we become somebody that changes his or her story with capacity to sell? That is the reason we are here today. I know it's a work day. We must have taken leave, whatever, from our place of work. But believe me, it's more than worth it for you, because what we'll be doing here today will change your life forever. If we are willing to put in the effort, the energy, the hard work. I won't lie to you, it's not easy. It's tough work. Tough work, but highly rewarding. So, in my journey in this town, I did that business for about 2 years, and for some reasons, and because of things that I was learning in books, because that sales career exposed me to a lot of books. I started reading Robert Kiyosaki. I started reading all those books as far back as 2003. And I was learning things that were shaping my mindsets and my future. Of course, it was painful that my friends were in school, but I was not. They were in his classroom, me, I was on the streets, hawking aloe vera and all that. So by 2004, they exited the business. And most of my friends that we finished secondary school together, they were already finishing university. Some of them are getting jobs. Because at that time, my business had crumbled. I was looking for another opportunity. So I was in Lagos. At Ajegunle Olodia Papa, I was with some friends that were doing aloe vera business together, but we are not doing it again. You know, that business has taught me that my tickets, because that 2004, 2005 was very, very rough for me. At some point, there is one man at high school, Uncle B. He was the agent of the house I was living. Multiple times he would come around to eject me from the house. And God bless me, that house has many trees, big trees. I will lock my door, I will climb the tree, I'll be hiding on the tree. He will come, will knock my door. You know, he will not see me. I was on the tree. So when he's gone, I'll come down from the tree. You know, that was my life. So 2005, I decided I had to go to Lagos. I was in Lagos, then I saw something. I saw that these my friends, they are young. They are selling computers. They were buying used computers. And they will take to Kogi State, Okene. And they were selling, they were coming everywhere, buying computer, used computer. Then they also one of their banners. Complete computer, 10,000 naira. You know, the salesman in me was triggered. I was just thinking, if I take this thing to Gomosho, people will buy computer now, 10,000. It's not that expensive. Then the next thing is this. Where will you get money to start? And that is why I said knowing how to sell is the master key. Because I didn't have 10,000. When I was with those guys, I had no money. They were feeding me. I was feeding off them. I'll just make sure I support them. Maybe they want to do something, I'll help them. They want to do this, I'll help them. When they cook, you know, as friends, we all eat together. I had no contribution. And I was there for some months. So at that market, when I saw this computer thing, I started calculating in my head. This thing will sell in Ogbomoso. Then I came with this thing. How will I get the capital to start? Then I came back home, started talking to people. Let's go into computer business. Borrow me money. Let me tell you something. If you are poor, nobody will give you money. But when you get to some level, money will be looking for you. Because, see, economy is tough for those who it is tough for. There are people that have money. They have money, but the problem is what to do with that money. They have money. The money just sitting there hiding. They are looking for somebody productive that can help them turn that money around. Can that person be you? How will that person be you when they've not seen your track record? So, as at that time, it was tough and I spoke with people. Nobody was interested in loaning me money or partnering with me. So what did I do? I kickstarted my sales, the salesman in me. With no money, I started advertising computer. Buy a complete computer, 10,000. I printed flyers. I was doing everything. I was moving from place to place. Anywhere I know we have people that will use computer. Seminary, the pastor said then, they knew me. I went to seminary, knocking from their dormitory to dormitory, advertising computer that did not have. That they should come and buy. Maybe I in the capital. I got to realize that I am the capital. I am the capital. So you are also the capital. And the concept of capital is bigger and deeper than just money. Because when we say capital, what we think about is money. And I've seen the rich people, even rich corporations now, most of them, the rich companies don't borrow money to produce. How many of us have heard about the word pre-order? Pre-order. Pre-order. Pre-order is selling in advance before you even see your product. You just see prototype of the product you want to buy. And you give them money. But those companies, maybe you know, they say, okay, I'm Samsung now, maybe they want to launch their next version of phone. They will say pre-order, discounted. You give them the money. It is your money they will use to do production. It is your money they will use to advertise to you, the next one that is coming. You pay money now, you might have to wait for 3 months before you eventually get the phone. Recently, Kanye West, for those of us that were young, during their Super Bowl, they said he made some outrageous millions of dollars. I think within maybe a minute or some minutes. Pre-selling. That is somebody, making money out of thin air. Somebody creating his own money. So when you know how to sell, you become a money printer. But it starts somewhere. It's a skill that will be developed over the time. And that is why we're here today. So, I started with network marketing. But there is a better opportunity than that now. Because I will not lie to you, the project I did then was difficult to sell. Very, very difficult. But one thing we have, the opportunity now is far better. What we have to start with is a product that is a need. It's a human need. It's a fundamental. Everybody praying, whether they know it or not, it's part of the reason they are praying. Whether you want shelter, whether you are looking for where to invest your money, it's a need. We'll be learning how to sell. We'll be introducing you to one way to go about that learning. And two things will happen. And one will determine the other. The first thing is you are going to be transformed because it's going to sales exposes you to learning. You are going to have to start reading. You are going to have to start meeting new people. You have to start developing some skills, social skills. Me, talking like this, where did I learn it? It's not that I went to do the third screen presentation. When you do project in school now, you have to present your project. You have to do all those things. I learned to talk through my sales because sales is a level. We all do sales every day. Don't be afraid of selling. How many of us have ever recommended a movie to somebody and that person watched the movie? Let me see your hand now. Okay. Our ladies in the house, how many of your friends, madam, have you ever recommended a salon to somebody before? The person went to that salon. The salon owner, did she pay you? For those that like amala, you have your best amala joint in the Ogbomoso. You must have recommended that amala joint to somebody at one point or the other. The amala joint, did they pay you for recommending them? Did they even know you recommended them? Basically what we do is, what we want to teach you is how to use the basic thing we do every day. And I will round up my stuff like this before Dr. Victor comes up. One of my senior Egbon in town called me early this year. We met at this club. I met him here that evening. Said he's been wanting to see me. Things are tough. What can I do for me? Okay, he told me. Said, I know you are in Aston, you guys deal with cashew. I need you to link me with some of these Indians. Maybe I can be going to inside the villages to also be buying cashew for them. And I know this segment very well. He's a very hardworking person. And beyond his being hardworking, he's a very good man. Very good man. So he's insisting on selling cashew. Because, January cashew season was closed. That place. And I can't say I did not know any Indian. I had, some of them are my tenants. So, I looked at him. I just told him, I said, Egbon, I don't think you should be selling cashew. I know that stuff. It's not for somebody like you. It's a rough industry. For somebody like you, it's something you've been doing since you're, young. When you were young, it will have been understandable. But at this point in your life, Egbon is going to 60 now. You now be mounting Okada you will now be struggling with. I think you are better than that. And with what I know of him, he does something with a company that they do something like insurance. So he's like a marketer for them. He sells he has targets, but with all those things, I was like, why don't you leverage into what you do for your company and do it for yourself personally? I was saying, like what? Like what? I said, but you know what you do for your company is sales. He said, yes. They give you targets to meet up. So all these targets you are meeting up with, how come it's not really affecting your finances that you still want to trade cashew? I told him he should look into real estate. He said, real estate? It's only in Lagos. It's not a man share business here. Man share in Ibadan, no. Because he works in Ibadan, he comes home every weekend. I say, real estate is done everywhere. We have people. It's just that it's bigger in some places than other places. He said, how do you mean? I said, Egbon, you have some friends that you must have recommended, or they must have called you at one point or the other that, Mama Verale. And yes. So that call that they called you, can you, like how many? Say, I can't count to. Because it's somebody that is trustworthy. You understand? How much have you made? He said, sometimes maybe the agent that I connect, they can just bring 20,000, 10,000, and so they'll just appreciate it. And some will not even. I said, you can create a business for yourself from that. But you are not doing that with seriousness, with goals. But now you approach it with the mindset of goals. That, okay, this is the number of plots I want to sell. This is the amount of money I want to make from sales of land and properties. He just said, Tommy, nisuru. There is a place in Ibadan they told me about. Me and somebody were there. He started counting property deals that he's involved with. But he has never, for one reason or the other, to see as something that can change his reality. I'm happy to tell you that Egbon did not trade cashew. He has started his real estate career and is doing well. The last time I spoke with him, he's already planning on going full time. Cutting off that job he does in Ibadan. This Egbon, when I was in secondary school, he came to do teaching practice for us in 1996 at Obomosh High School. What is difficult? It is something we do every day. Sales. How did I do everything I've been able to do in this time? My ability to sell. How did I start my computer business? My ability to sell. I saw what was not available, what was not physically present. Of course, when we were doing that stuff, we had seminars. They were training us, teaching us. But you have to have something that will help you to sell. You must be positive minded. This is where you might want to call me motivational speaker. Isono. Or if I tell you things I've done and how I've been able to do things, at the point of me wanting to do those things, if you ask me how are you going to do it, the honest answer is I don't know how I will do it. But I have this mindset that nothing is impossible. When they talk about the local government now, they talk about me. I don't think if anybody has more land than our company in that local government. We have thousands and thousands of hectares of land. And all this, I humbly say, we started with 0 naira. How? What we are teaching. It's not something we can cover in a day. This you do for the rest of your life, selling. You might start your own real estate company from there. But open your mind. Commit to it. Not for the money alone. To learn. Because your learning will determine your earnings. The money you earn is the proof of how well you are learning. At first, you might struggle. Maybe your presentation, you have to work on it. So many things you'll be taught. Simple things. And you do this, it's going to set you on a new trajectory. And the outcome will be positive. I want to yield the speaker, the microphone to our MC to bring the...
If you are clapping, you can do better. Somebody say, wow, wow, wow.